Hi, I'm Susan Keefe from Rhubarb and Cod, and today I'm making a turkey katsu clubhouse sandwich. Or club sandwich, not clubhouse. That's stupid.
Idiot.
This turkey katsu club sandwich is basically the love child between a classic club sandwich and the wildly popular katsu sando. But together, they're an over-the-top indulgence which may or may not be ill-advised. But that's for you to decide. So let's get started with the bread. Yes, we're making homemade bread for a sandwich. What channel did you think you were watching? When it comes to a club sandwich, or a katsu sando for that matter, only white bread need apply. So that's what I'm making, a loaf of pain au lait, which is the point of inspiration for shokupan, a type of white sandwich bread popular in Japan. Start by pouring 315 grams of milk, I use 2%, into a small saucepan. Place over medium-low heat and heat the milk to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. You don't want the milk too hot or it will kill off the yeast. Aim for comfortable bath temperature. Sprinkle 15 grams of dry active yeast over the surface of the milk and set aside for 10 minutes or until foamy. If you're using instant, rapid rise, or quick rise, rapid rise and quick it's like a tongue twister. If you're using instant, quick,
We're gonna win this fight.
no, we're not. I don't know why anybody would put the words quick and rise together. It's like you just want to make fool of people. It's quick, it rises, does it quickly? Quick, rise. Yeast. If you're using instant, rapid rise, or quick rise yeast, you can skip this step. Your yeast doesn't require proofing. Once the mixture is foamy, pour it into the bowl of a stand mixer fitted with a hook attachment. Add 30 grams of honey, 2 teaspoons of salt, and 2 cups of all-purpose flour. You can use bread flour as well. Set the mixer to a medium-low speed and mix until a loose dough forms. Start adding additional flour a quarter cup at a time. I'm being loose with my flour measurements here because the amount of flour you add to your dough can vary based on the environment you're mixing it in. Humidity, or lack thereof, will dictate how much flour you use. Aim for anywhere between 3 to 3.5 cups of flour, but don't be concerned if you feel like you need to use less or more. Once the dough starts to clean the size of the bowl and is slightly tacky to the touch, start adding a quarter cup of unsalted butter, softened. Add the butter a couple cubes at a time and wait for them to become fully integrated before adding more. This will take time. Once the butter is fully integrated, transfer the dough to a floured surface and knead for 5 to 7 minutes. Once the dough feels elastic and silky to the touch, form it into a ball and transfer it to a bowl oiled with olive oil. Cover and leave the dough to rise for an hour and a half or until doubled in size. If the ambient temperature in your kitchen is lower than usual, it might take longer than the hour and a half. But take heart, the longer it takes for your bread to rise, the better flavor it develops. Once the dough has risen, gently deflate it and form it into a rough rectangle. Roll it into a log, burrito style, and pinch the edges to form a seal. Refine the shape and transfer to a loaf pan. Cover and let rise for 30 minutes. This is a good time to preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. When the oven is up, whisk an egg and a tablespoon of water together in a bowl and brush the mixture over the surface of the dough. Transfer the loaf to the oven and bake for 40 minutes or until golden. The bread should sound hollow when you gently knock on it. Let the bread cool completely before slicing. Consider this a test of your willpower. With the bread completed, let's talk about the filling, starting unpredictably with the bacon. Preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Line a baking sheet with parchment paper and arrange 4 to 8 slices of bacon, evenly spaced on top of it. Pop the bacon in the oven and bake for 18 to 20 minutes or until crispy. I prefer to cook my bacon this way because it reduces splatter and leaves my stovetop clear to cook the katsu. But before we jump into dredging and frying our katsu, this is a good time to start chopping and prepping our other fillings. This will ensure each filling is at its optimal temperature when you start building your sandwich. Shave a quarter of a head of cabbage. I used red cabbage for contrast. Slice 2 to 3 tomatoes and wash and coarsely chop half a head of green leaf lettuce. Okay, let's talk turkey. I used boned, skinned, and seasoned turkey breast, and taking note of the seasoned part is essential. The grocery store closest to me only sells seasoned turkey breast, which is cool, but it will change the sequence of events. If your turkey breast is seasoned, you can cut it into cutlets and go along your merry way. If your turkey breast is not seasoned, I would suggest brining it. It doesn't have to be for long, 3 hours is fine. Overnight is better. Turkey meat, particularly white turkey meat, can be dry, but brining can give your turkey that juiciness you're looking for. I would actually prefer to buy my turkey breast unseasoned, because that would mean I could flavor my brine with whatever aromatics I wished. But if you brine a seasoned turkey breast, it would be unbearably salty. So make sure you know what's up with the boob you selected and plan accordingly. As I mentioned, we're gonna slice the turkey breast through the center to form 2 cutlets. Place the cutlets between 2 pieces of parchment paper and go to town on them with a mallet. Once the cutlets are at least 1/4 of an inch thick, transfer them to a plate and set aside. In a wide, shallow vessel like a pie plate, whisk to combine 1/2 cup of cornstarch, 1/2 cup of flour, and a teaspoon of salt. In a separate bowl, beat 3 eggs together, set aside. Finally, pour 2 cups of panko breadcrumbs into a pie plate and set aside as well. Take a turkey cutlet and dredge it first in the cornstarch and flour mixture before coating it in the egg and finally tossing it in the panko breadcrumbs. Once the cutlets are breaded, heat 1 inch of neutral oil, I use canola, in a large skillet. Fry the cutlets until golden, about 3 minutes aside. Transfer the cutlets to a plate lined with paper towel. Do the same with your bacon, it should be done by now. When you're ready to build your sandwich, toast 2 slices of the bread you made earlier, and cover both slices with mayo. Designate 1 slice as the bottom and squeeze a little katsu sauce on top of the mayo. Add a bed of the shaved cabbage, followed by the katsu. Add a few slices of bacon and tomato, and top with salt and pepper. Finish the sandwich with a crown of green lettuce and place the top slice, well, on top. You could add the club sandwich's signature 3rd slice, but honestly, you've got enough going on here. Apparently, it's crucial that a club sandwich be sliced into triangles, but that makes me feel like an infant, so a single cut felt better to me. Secure each half of the sandwich with a cocktail pick and serve immediately. And there you go, a turkey katsu club sandwich with all the fixings. I hope you give this one a go, and if you do give it a shot, let me know how it went in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to this channel. Thank you for cooking with me. I'll see you all next time.